Clippers. His rebounding went up a little. His scoring stayed the same on average.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Compared to the Lakers.
Enough time on
That's what I'm
Zubac.
saying.
He's young.
Can we talk about LeBron for a second?
Yes.
And can I get 2 questions in here, guys?
Yes.
First, I want to go, what do you make of these rumors that the Lakers could potentially trade LeBron James?
That's not going to happen.
Okay. Thank you for answering that.
That's not going to happen. Listen, man, Molly, thank you for bringing it up. This guy is special. He has helped our young players so much. He's made Kyle Kuzma better, Brandon Ingram better. The way he approaches the game and practices, every player now is like, wow, I got to get better.
Yep.
And I'll tell you who he really took aside, Lonzo Ball. And so
Game recognized game.
there you go. There you go, right there. And Max, he has been a great influence on Lonzo. When that thing went down with his agent or the guy that was running their business, I should say, first call, LeBron James sat down with Lonzo. So it's more than just on the court, Molly. It's also how to be a professional.
Yep.
And also how to take your game to the next level. And that's why LeBron not going
Fine,
anywhere.
I asked for 2, but you can go.
And then last but not least, listen,
see you.
LeBron wants to be the man responsible for leading the Lakers to their next championship.
I know the Lakers ain't gonna trade LeBron James.
No,
but one of the things
it's not even talked about.
One of the things that I have heard is that there have been those voices outside of basketball, even in Jeannie's ear, telling her, man, you don't need this guy. You need to move on and move in a different direction. Have you heard that at all?
Oh, yeah, I've heard some people say that,
Right.
but I just started laughing, and I'm sure Jeannie did too.
Right.
And again, I love what LeBron means to the Laker and to our fan base. And I think that, again, he's going to be the #1 recruiter this summer.
No question, and we know they need to get another marquee free agent if they really want to get it done.
A marquee this summer?
And Molly, who's gonna be in that room?
The class of 2019. This is such a special class.
This is what I mean. You have these guys like KD, Kawhi,
All the
Kyrie. It looks
Ks,
like
yeah.
they're not going to get him. Clay, you know, these guys. There's Jimmy Butler. They're guys. They may not get any of these guys.
Well, but we don't know that.
We don't know. However, AD is going to probably be available the following year. Is there any chance that the Lakers put in place? There's a Mirotic out there. There's a Brooke Lopez out there, a Danny Green, a good veteran player that's not going to break the bank.
Yes.
Is there? Who would that be?
I'm sure there's a plan A, and then there's a plan B, right? So you go after the superstars, and then if that doesn't happen, then you pivot, you know. And so look at all those guys.
Yeah.
That ain't the question I want to answer from Magic Johnson. Here's the question.
Okay.
If you had your pick of the litter, are those free agents available? Who do you want?
Short, just like LeBron and the Lakers came up short this season. So LeBron still has the edge on those championship rings. So I would say not yet. But I tell you, I was just taken back, and I've never seen a guy perform like KD did in that Bucks series, and just like he was doing it from everywhere. So I was very impressed with KD. He's one of my favorite all-time players. And the way he can score, where he can score from, is just amazing. And I would say this. You know how the torch is being like this? Like
In the Olympics, the pass in the back, they got to work on that turn.
And KD is like, got his arm out, waiting on it. And let me just bring this up.
LeBron turning.
Exactly.
That's the question.
Let me just bring this up. It's just like Larry Bird and I, we were on the bus.
That's right.
We're on the bus.
Exactly what I was going to bring up. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
You tell it.
Do tell it.
No, first person.
Nobody can tell it like you. That's exactly what I was going. It's yours. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I had this
You make me mad now.
I need yours.
So we're on the bus.
Right.
And Michael Jordan looks at me, looks at Larry, and says, there's a new sheriff in town.
That's right. That's right. After practice.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right.
He was right.
And he was right.
He was right.
Yes, sir.
And it's KD is looking right now. Go ahead.
I've said this to Max on several occasions. So it's the first year KD arrived in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Previous year, they had lost in Game 7, OKC, Golden State. They beat LeBron in the finals, whatever. Actually, LeBron beat them in the finals that year. The next year, KD is going up against LeBron. And the first basket of the game, money, KD scores. And KD goes like this and spreads his arm out wide like, let's go. And what I was saying to Max is I said, in basketball parlance, that's when you saying to a guy, I'm here now.
Yeah.
See, you had me when I had the other crew. But now I got a crew like you do. Mm-hmm. Now it's me and you in KD's mind. Now it's me and you. And that series, even though LeBron averaged a triple-double with 32 points, triple-double, and he was sensational.
Yeah.
I constantly remind folks, KD averaged 35 on 53% shooting. Brother wasn't playing. And what I'm saying to you is this. I'm partial to offense. I know how great LeBron is. LeBron has a better resume. KD got some work to do to catch LeBron's resume.
Right.
But I'm talking talent. Mm-hmm. And when I look at the offensive talent of Kevin Durant, and I think about those 38,000 points that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored, I look at one guy in this league that if he sat up there and said, you know what, I feel like, I think I'm going to catch this record. If he decides, I just think I'm going to catch this record, he's going to do it because he's just that unstoppable. To be the sniper that he is at 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan, who can finish at the free throw line.
Let me say this real quick because we're going to run out of time. Real quick. I'll put it, what's real barbershop talk? It's basketball and boxing for the most part, right? So let me make this barbershop for a second.
Sure.
LeBron had the undisputed title. There was no dispute to his claim, right?
Yeah.
It's like Tyson Fury when he beat Klitschko. He's the undisputed champ. Then he went away for a while and Anthony Joshua was coming up, right? Now there's a dispute. Whoever you think is champion, there's a dispute at least, right? LeBron, the title has not been taken, but there's a dispute. KD, the way he just played, has a legit dispute, has a legit claim that, hold on, I'm number one, and LeBron's going to have to go out and defend the title again next year. It's up for grabs. He's not the undisputed champ anymore like he was. I thought he outplayed KD in that first series with Golden State and Cleveland.
I think you're right. Now there is a debate where before there was never a debate.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting next year for both of them, right? Can we finally see LeBron and the Lakers against Brooklyn and the Nets? Because we thought we were going to see that this season. But what has happened this season has been great for basketball. Atlanta Hawks, new teams, new superstars. Now Trae Young is a superstar, not a star anymore. Devin Booker is a superstar, not a star anymore. So this has been great for the league.
Smaller markets like Milwaukee, a lot of teams we didn't expect.
And then let's give him love because the Greek Freak is a different player than he was the last couple playoffs. He finally understands what he has to do to be effective when they build that wall against him. And Chris Middleton, let's give him Kawhi. And Kawhi probably wants to play and redeem himself, just like we're seeing Paul George stepping up because of what happened last season. So I would say Kawhi needs to be back more for this series than Chris Paul with the Phoenix Suns.
Couple of things. As an aside, I agree with Magic about that. I'd also like to remind the viewing audience out here that they're very, very lucky that Magic Johnson decided to just go back to being the ultra successful businessman and not running the Lakers franchise because the basketball world wouldn't be fair because Kawhi would have been in the Lakers uniform. If this man was still there with LeBron and AD, I'm telling you what I know. He don't have to. I'm telling you what I know. Now,
all three of those guys were out. All three of them were hurt.
All three of them. Well, let me tell you something. They said they had a limp their way to that. All right. Having said all of that, I'm going to tell you it's Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
You want me to tell you why? Because without Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers ain't winning this series. Now, I give the Clippers major props. Ty Lue, exceptional job. And that environment Friday night was electrifying.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Clippers environment like that in my life. Okay, it was something special to behold. And them raining threes and that kid, man, who's right from the Bronx out of Florida State, it was special.
You can play.
Beverly hit three threes, and it was just crazy. It was unbelievable. Having said all of that, this is a different level. Because whereas you had Donovan Mitchell and basically nobody else athletically, particularly with Conley hurt, that's not a problem in Phoenix. They're a guard-oriented team with Bridges, all right, Booker, CP3 of these boys, Payne coming off the bench. I like them. But I want to say this for the record with Magic Johnson sitting right here in studio with me. I told you with Donovan Mitchell, that's D-Wade 2.0. He's special. Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
I'm saying it on national television. Devin Booker
said it.
is the next Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
It is official. His first playoff appearance. And the brother's a number one option, averaging over 28, dropped 40 in a triple-double in the first game of the conference finals. And just the way he plays, he's an assassin. And guess what? This Clippers team, you need Kawhi back to knock that kid off.
What did I say before the series started? Devin Booker is a mini Mamba. He's the closest thing offensively to Kobe's game in the sense that he can kill you from anywhere.
Yeah.
Kobe was his mentor as well.
Yeah, he's a mini Mamba. Here's the thing, and I hate this question. I hate it because it's a hard question to answer. Who needs their star more? I'm actually going to say Phoenix needs Chris Paul more, and I'll tell you why. Chris Paul, like James Harden was playing the best basketball of his career. Chris Paul in the last series is the best he's ever played, and that is saying something in that career. That was perfect. I always ask Stephen A. because of his relationship with Larry Brown. Like, Chris Paul must be Larry Brown's. Like, that's how perfect. That's exactly how you play it. Right. And that was the perfect point guard playing perfectly, right? Now, here's why they need that. Devin Booker gave you a 40-point triple-double at home. You won by the skin of your teeth. By the skin of your teeth. And if you think man can't play that way, man can play. He can play. Paul George can play. Rondo can play. They have a team full of guys who can play. They were on the road without Kawhi, and that late shot by Batum in the fourth quarter, I forgot how much time was left, it looked good out of his hands, may have changed that. Maybe they wind up winning that game. He's off a little bit. That Clippers team is live without Kawhi. I think the Suns need Chris Paul back.
If you were, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Max, there's no maybes, baby, in the playoffs. You either win or you lose.
Right.
That's all.
By the way.
That's it. So Chris Paul can miss a game because of pain, because he can run the show and Devin can score. Bridges is playing, man, off the charts right now. They got a lot of guys that can get you 10 points, 12 points, so on and on. The Clippers, if they're going to beat the Phoenix Suns, need Kawhi. Kawhi was playing some of his best basketball, too. See, we didn't give him love because he'd been